Did you know that you can make money online working from home, on your own schedule, in your own time? Today, we're going to discuss a company that you could work for that will pay you for working at home, and it's a part of an ever-growing gig economy, and I think you're going to really like it. So, let's get started and follow me along. Okay, everybody, here we are. We are inside of the platform. It's called Liveops, and we're going to do a quick review about this company and the benefits of working for them. And we'll talk about a little bit of my experience working for them, and how you could also work for them, and how you could get started working for them and making money and working from home if you're interested. So basically, to get started, my experience with them has been great. I've been working for them for like maybe 3 months, 2 months, and I worked for TurboTax for a couple months. So the TurboTax client is temporary, so I was kind of on a break throughout the summer, but I'm getting ready to client with another opportunity with them. So yeah. There's several clients you can work for, anything from Nike, Bath and Body Works, to TurboTax. So yeah, there's a lot of different opportunities available. So that's kind of my experience with them so far. I really like it because you can work from home. You can set your own hours and your own schedule, and you can be your own boss pretty much. You don't have to you're not limited. You can set your own hours and work your own schedule. So you can pretty much pick the amount of time you want to work and work whenever you want. So yeah. So here's some questions you might be asking or wondering, but is it worth working for them? I would say it really depends on you and what you want. It's all going to depend on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a side hustle, it's good. If you're looking for a full-time income, it's good. It really depends on what you want and the kind of lifestyle you want to make or have. So yeah. Is it legitimate? You might be wondering if Liveops is a legitimate company, and it is. They've been around since 2000, so they've been around for as long as I've been alive, 2 decades. So yeah, they've been around for a long time. So yeah, you can guarantee that you are associated with a legitimate company, and they have a really, really great support team that can help you. And as you can see here, they've been listed on Inc. 500 and all these different awards here you can see. So they're definitely a legit company. So you might also be wondering how long the training is when you start the certification. The training is about 2 to 4 weeks. It depends on the client you have, and it's not paid training because you are kind of an independent contractor. So, unlike an employee, you're not getting like a paid for training. You start getting paid when you take calls. So, yeah, you don't get paid for that, but it's about 2 to 4 weeks, the training. So yeah, that's how long it is. You might also be wondering how you get paid, and like I said, this really depends on the client. You basically get paid for talk time, the amount of time that you spend on the phone with the client. That's how much you will get paid. Some pays are on a flat rate, and some pays are commission based. So if you work in the sales, if you did something like, sales or like insurance, for example, here, insurance sales or something like that, then you would probably earn a commission. But if you did something like customer service, then you would get paid on a base pay. So you can see the different type of industries they have here too. They have anything from healthcare to communications, retail, insurance, customer service. So you could be in a lot of different industries and you could find something that you like. There are tons of different industries here to choose from. So you might also be wondering, can you make a living working for this company? And I would say that this depends on, again, your lifestyle and what you're looking for. From my current experience, I'd say you could. It really will depend on how many hours you work. And you pretty much can make the same amount of money that you would make working for, a dollar store, or if you work for a brick and mortar job, a typical customer service job, you could make the same amount of money that you would make there. So absolutely, you could make a living doing it. Yeah, you definitely could. How much can you make in a week from Liveops? You might be wondering that as well. According to ZipRecruiter, the average weekly pay is about $1,300 a week, and this will depend on the amount of hours you put in. So if you work 40 hours a week, you could make typical, about $1,000 a week. So yeah, you make a typical pay if you work, 40 hours a week. If you work part-time, you make a typical part-time income. It just depends on how many hours you work. So you can see here they have an amazing support team. If you're struggling, you get to make a lot of meaningful connections. There are so many like-minded people in the community that you can ask questions. A lot of my questions that I had got answered just from talking to a lot of the other agents who work with me. So yeah, the community is really supportive. And again, you can enjoy that freedom of being your own boss and setting your own hours and working independently on your own schedule. So here's kind of another, visualization of how much you can earn. And again, it's up to you. Like I said earlier, you're totally in control of how much you make. You just have to find the right opportunity for you and see what works. But here's a good example of kind of how much you can make. So you work 20 hours a week. This is kind of just an example of what you can make. Obviously, these earnings will depend on the opportunity and the call volume and how many calls you take. So again, this is all totally up to you and how much time you put in and how many hours you work. So yeah. So you might start asking or be wondering the kind of technology you need to do this or the kind of computer you need. We'll go over to the resources. On the page, they have a page for all the technical requirements. Let's see if I can find it. When you go to apply for one of their jobs, they'll tell you what tech requirements you need, but the general requirements would be a minimum of 3.0 megabytes or faster on your computer, 3 gigahertz Intel PDM P4 processor or better, 4 gigabytes of RAM or better, and a Windows 10. So for me, I use a HP computer. So it doesn't have to be a real expensive computer. You can use any kind of computer, any kind of brand. It just has to have those requirements. So yeah. Some clients may even ask that you're hooked up to an Ethernet connection. So again, it will all depend on the client that you work for and the company, or the client that you work for. So here's a couple examples of some opportunities: retail support, tax support, inbound sales, customer service. So you can choose from one of these. You can even see they have shifts just for nighttime and weekends. So if you're interested working just at nighttime or on the weekends, they have opportunities for that. So yeah. So yeah, here's the technical requirements. You can find it on this page too. You don't need to have a lot of tech skills. As you can see, the technology skill is pretty low. You just need a USB headset. Again, Windows 10 computer. Some clients may allow you to use a Windows 11, but it will solely depend on the client. You can't use an Apple or a MacBook though. Those are the computers you can't use, and you can't use a Chromebook either. So dual monitors are encouraged. So if you have 2 monitors, that would be like really good. And a minimum download speed of 5 megabytes per second, and upload speed of 3 megabytes. So those are the general technical requirements. So yeah, there's a lot of different industries you could work for, as you can see here. The opportunities, the different clients they have, again, mentioned earlier, you could choose from Nike, Bath and Body Works, Nordstrom, TurboTax. So there's a lot of different companies that you could work for. Yeah. So you also may be wondering how to get started and what do you need to do to get started. So basically you just you fill out an application. As soon as you apply, the onboarding process begins. They'll review your application and let you know if you're eligible, and if you're not, it might have something to do with your state. So here's a list of the states that are hiring. So you can check this out on their website too. These are all the eligible states that they're hiring in, so keep that in mind. But once you do that, yeah, you're well on your way. They'll probably send you an email too, letting you know that you are eligible, or that you got accepted. Once you get accepted, then you complete a background check. There is a fee for that. It's just $25, but yeah, that basically verifies your background and makes sure that you are qualified and ready. So you can take a look at their eligibility requirements and see what's required. So these are some of the basic requirements here. Pretty obvious, right? And as long as you have a working telephone, a USB set, a decent computer. Okay, like I said, you don't need a fancy computer, but as long as you have that internet connection, you can't use Wi-Fi. You have to have, wired Ethernet, but as long as you have that, you should be okay. So yeah. Once you complete the background check, then you'll sign a contractor agreement, and that basically goes on for 6 months. And then after 6 months, you have to renew it. So you just renew it every 6 months, and that keeps you on the contract. So that's it. You'll learn more details about OpenForce. If you're not familiar with that, you'll learn more about that as you go through the certification. You'll learn more about it. Once your application gets approved, then they'll let you know that you can start looking for a client. And like we said earlier, there's a ton of clients that you can pick from. So choose one that feels right for you. Choose a company that you really like. For me, Bath and Body Works, I chose that, and also a client for TurboTax. So yeah, choose a client that you like, that you're really happy about, and yeah, once you get there, they'll ask that you do a technical check. So again, as long as you have those technical requirements, you should pass it, the technical check. And then after that, there's some other requirements that they'll ask of you. And then you go through your certification, which is completely free. There's no pay for that. Like I said, it's about 2 to 4 weeks. So they'll let you know what schedule you have to follow and what time you have to be there and all that. They'll let you know once you get all that information. So yeah. And then after that, you just take your first call once you get through the certification. And yeah, that's pretty much the application process. It's pretty simple. So if you're interested in a little bit more information about this company, you can go to liveops.com/what-to-expect, and then info session, and this will take you to a live info session that will tell you more about the company and what they do if you're interested. I can leave a link to this in my description if you're interested in learning more about what to expect. As you can see, they're not returning until 2023, but you can click here to watch all of the other recordings. So again, if you want a little bit more information about this, I'll leave a link to this in the description, and you can check it out for yourself and see if it's something you would be interested in applying for. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I hope you enjoyed the review. If you want to see more content, just like this video and subscribe. And if you're interested in another way to work from home and make passive income on the side, or if you have been wanting to start a business online and you've been feeling a little confused or don't know where to start, I'll put a link to the training that I took in the description. You can check it out if you want, if you're interested. And if you're also interested in like learning high income skills, it teaches you that too. So I'll put a link to that in my description, and you can check it out. Or you can click the website in my profile, and it'll take you directly to my website, or to my page. And you can check out the free video training and learn more there. So I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.